remaining.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the JDL League Season number 6. I'm SP Revolution 5, joined here by Hippie Casting for Truesight TV. It's Union Gaming up against Isurus. Thank you guys all for coming out. Game number 2 coming up. And instead of Nintendo 64, Isurus 0, Isurus actually has the advantage for once. Hippie, how's it going? Am I? Okay. Oh. Wow, Hippie, I had you muted that whole time. Sorry. How's it going?
Oh.
Well, yeah, I had the Skype muted. Sorry. I gave my whole little spiel there. Yeah. I was like, Hippie, how's it going? Hippie? Rippy? Rip? They did.
Rip? Rip? No, it's all good, man. I mean,
yeah.
Game 1, I really enjoyed that first game. It was kind of on the shorter side, but for the vast majority of it, it felt pretty even. There were just a couple bad overextensions by Union that got punished really hard simply by the existence of a Drow Ranger.
And the Visage, which they have now immediately given the hammer.
Yeah, I would not want to deal with that either. I don't like that hero. So Shadow Fiend, what's I think the different ban. And Undying actually getting banned out in first phase instead of Queen of Pain. I guess Union could just take the Queen of Pain right here if they want to.
Yeah, if they feel it's that stronger hero, which it is,
she is.
And they do.
She's really good.
She's very good. With the kill-oriented meta, she's one of those heroes that's very good at getting kills. I remember I once, flamed someone. I'm like, you're Queen of Pain, you're 0-0-0. You have done nothing, and your hero is literally designed to go and kill people, to cause pain, and you're not doing that. Stop farming. But yeah, that's why she's so good right now. She has the tool set to get things done.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree at all. I mean, I think as a general rule, the reason we're seeing so many quick games and so many rollovers is not really because necessarily early pushing or early fighting is too strong, but that the reward is a little bit too high. And the combination of increased kill rewards and Rax rewards and all of that with a penalty to farming rewards means that for somebody to actually get back into a game, they have to fight. You can't farm your way back into a game anymore. Yeah. And obviously it becomes much, much harder to fight the more kills you give away.
Which it actually feels more fair as a comeback mechanic. I feel like we could, assuming that it stays the way that farming doesn't reward as much but kills reward more, we could actually make the rubber band mechanics a slight bit more liberal, because you have to realize it's not just, okay, I'm sitting back farming and farming and farming and farming and farming, and then I get one kill, and all of a sudden I have all the money in the world. You have to earn these kills, and teams know this.
Well,
maybe what I'm saying doesn't make any sense.
When a team is ahead, they're tending to play very, very tight nowadays, because they know that the comeback mechanic is a thing. And they also know that it's not really a big deal if they're not optimizing their farm around the map as well.
It's almost like 6.83 had to teach us more about the game and then change it in 6.84 so we'd play more careful. Icefrog was conditioning us all along, but Isurus going to start off with SF Rubik as a combo. Very different from game number 1, but of course don't have the Visage to work with.
Yeah, well, taking the Rubik away, there's so many big team fighty heroes with big long cooldowns. Rubik in general is just a really, really good pick in this meta. Actually, I think it might have been K-Poptosis I was talking to.
Yeah.
And, we were talking about the idea that power creep buffs Rubik. Period. If everyone's getting these little slight buffs, Rubik gets better every single time.
That's true, yeah. And we looked at the patch and it's like, oh, Rubik now can buff creeps. Same hero. Exactly. When literally he gets a little bit of everybody's spells. So, or a lot of everybody's spells, depending on whether he has Scepter or not. And we will see them respect ban the Bristleback. Yeah. So, apparently, Isurus definitely got under their skin in game number 1. Said, guys, we're irritated, at least.
Yeah, I would say so. I think the Shadow Fiend pick into a Queen of Pain is a little risky to me, because if you just get heroes with strong rotation power, like, for instance, the Earthshaker, I think Shadow Fiend is just really, really risky and easy to pick off. At the same time, I find that lane matchup to be really interesting dynamic, because Quap is generally stronger for the majority of it, but it only takes two raises and an auto attack to kill a Quap. She goes down so fast if Shadow Fiend just gets one good play. So she's kind of got the slight edge the entire time. The Shadow Strike is really good. Obviously her damage is better a little early. Scream of Pain helps her keep some lane control going. But she's still kind of playing on the very edge of the lane for the entire phase. Yeah. Makes it a lot of fun to play, if nothing else.
Definitely, but both these heroes having that big burst of damage are going to be able to take each other down. We will see the Templar Assassin band out, kind of ruling out the possibility of Queen of Pain going safe lane and getting a much better matchup against the Shadow Fiend. So, I don't think they're afraid of Queen mid. Yeah.
No, I don't think they are. I think both sides are simply very volatile.
And they do definitely respect ban the Viper.
They're banning out mid laners, so... Well, actually, I mean, Ben just played him safe lane last game. So, yeah, either way.
UGL generally play the Viper safe lane.
Yeah.
If I'm not entirely mistaken.
And I think you're right.
He is just an annoying hero to play against. I hate playing against him because it's not like, wow, this Viper is really good. It's like, wow, this Viper is... Well, he's Viper. I mean, he wins his lane. That's what happens. You know?
10 seconds remaining.
Absolutely. So...
5 seconds remaining.
I would like something with like some long disable or maybe a silence to help lock down the Queen of Pain. You just have the Rubik. The clockwork is nice. I mean,
she can blink away from it. She can.
It's like a 10th or 100th of a second window though. If you
played Queen of Pain though,
if you have over 100 MS, I don't think it's possible.
Yeah, that would actually
remember,
be a problem.
We actually I forget who I was having this discussion with. It might have been Cinderin was talking to someone about it, and I was checking stuff on Dota Wiki, and
that actually makes sense.
It's a very, very, very tight window that you have to be able to activate the blink in order to get away from the battery assault.
Yeah, and me being so spoiled, always having decent ping at home and at school, that's surprising me. I've just thought, okay, well, you can get away from it. It works. But, I mean, for these players, it may be an issue. They are both playing on Brazil for both games. They didn't want to play USE, so...
Yeah, Isurus was saying they both get less than 150 to Brazil.
Okay,
and
yeah.
Still, 150, I mean, all of us, we think of 150 as laggy in the US.
Yeah, it's like 150 ping. How do you play with that? For me, it's like, oh my god, my ping's at 100, guys. I just missed 5 last hits. And then they realize I'm just trying to justify me missing last hits, but seriously, 100 ping is a lot for me. Like, I think when I'm at school, I'm like 10 feet from the actual server somehow, so my ping is like 10. No joke. So, when I come home and it's all the way at 60, I'm like, guys, I can't play. I'm doomed.
I like the Disruptor pick, not only as a nice little counter to the Clockwork, because he's able to glimpse people out of it, but then at the same time, get a good kinetic field on a couple of heroes, and Queen of Pain and Earthshaker can just kind of go whole hog. It makes the Clockwork feel a little less good about cogging people in, because you can just drop a Static Storm on top of him and laugh. So it's a very, very nice sort of counterplay hero to what's available on the on Isurus.
And I'm actually going to see if I can find the chat log of what I talked to Nidara about Monday or Sunday. I can't remember which one. Maybe it was late Sunday night. I'm not going to be able to find it, but he said something about their drafting, that he feels their real problem is that they don't really have a drafter per se. They just kind of all do it together. And I think that was something he was hinting that they were going to be changing soon. So we will see if that's the case tonight. I don't know for sure because I haven't kept up with what they were using as their drafter. So
there's kind of a variety of drafting styles, but you generally need one person who's able to say, all right, this is it. Stops at me. We're picking this.
Yep. And Coddle is going to be the pickup here. Wait, could you... The raise cooldown is actually pretty big, I think. Possibly being able to get 2 of the same raise off in a fight. Meaning instead of 975 damage, you're actually getting 325 more than that. 1300. Yeah, that should have been easier.
It can work for sure. You're getting the 6-second cooldown instead of a 10, so you're almost having the cooldown.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's really oddly situational though, since it's not like it's going to reduce the cooldown of all your raises. It'll just be the one you fired first.
Yeah. If it reduced the cooldown of all the raises,
it would have to be a very specific situation. So I'm not sure that would be the particular best use of the Chakra Magic thing.
Yeah. But of course, kind of setting up for, okay, what do they want to pick here? And they've got physical damage. I would actually like to see a magic damage stealer, kind of. The problem is, like, if you go Leshrac here, he's too squishy. Like, Queen of Pain just eats him for lunch, dinner, and breakfast.
Yeah, I don't think Lesh will be the pick. I don't know. A lot of the kind of more durable carries have kind of been taken out, and you're definitely looking for another core here. Yeah. Obviously, the Bristleback is gone. The PL, who you can itemize kind of tanky, is gone. The Viper is gone, but on the side of Isurus, obviously. Sven not favored. Chaos Knight not favored without a Wisp. Tiny not really favored without a Wisp.
Okay, I will say one thing, and I don't think they're going to do it, but Chaos Knight Coddle is pretty ridiculous, to be honest, because of the new stun and the cooldown reduction from Coddle. You can really start spamming the stun in lane if you and the Coddle are synced up, but I don't really think they'll pick it into an Earthshaker, for sure, because it's a bad matchup. That wasn't a random. It's a counter to the Slark. And this is a hero I am very excited about in the new meta. I have hated this hero in the past, and now I've seen the error of my ways. This hero is ridiculously fun and ridiculously good. I know people are going to say, well, Bloodseeker trash. He gets kills.
They changed the hero a lot since when he was really looked down on. I don't think he's nearly as bad as he used to be. I think I'm a little worried because you don't really have a lot of good setup for the Bloodright, and it's going to be very easy.
Yeah.
You'd have to time it really well for the Quap to try and get a good silence, but I did say I wanted someone with a silence.
Ooh.
So Bloodseeker does fit that bill, at least.
Yeah, he does, for sure. And if she's locked in Clockwork Cogs, okay, it's going to be hard carry Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
okay,
I'm going to just throw this one out there. I've played a Bloodseeker build that is a little bit clowny, but that definitely works. At least at my poor scrubbish level. You go Blade Mail into Dagon. Because Blood Rage amplifies all damage. So you're really getting basically an extra level of Dagon with your Dagon. And you can gank like crazy. You just get so many kills with it. I'm not saying he's going to go for that here, but just a little tidbit.
We will see.
Yeah. If he goes for that hero, I would be euphoric.
I'd be surprised.
I'd be surprised as well, yeah. Anyways, we will see Isurus up against UG. UG with Jericho on the Earthshaker. We'll have Seadral, or Side Rail, whatever you want to call him, on the Queen of Pain. Valkyria on the Phoenix, the Laserbird. We've got Jerry on the Disruptor, headed off toward the bot lane with some boots. And up top, it's going to be Benjaz on the Slark.
Over on the side of Isurus Gaming, gonna have Dulce Mania playing the Clockwork. Pepita, as we mentioned, will be handling that carry Bloodseeker for us. He might get boxed in a little bit here. There's 4 heroes right there. I want to hold up just to see. And Disruptor sees him. So
he's in trouble.
Citadel is nearby, and Phoenix is there too. I think so. He's gonna get the Blood right. Did Quamp already skill her point? She didn't. Looks like he's gonna be fine, thanks to fallback.
Yeah, I really like skilling the Blood right first, because it can actually secure the rune, or force them to take damage. Oh, fullback in a lot of trouble. Does Tango through. He'll get glimpsed back, and hit with the Icarus dive. That'll be a death. Yes. Any second now, yeah.
Hey, first blood to an offlane Phoenix, that's going to make his life so much easier. He's going to be a little bit closer to early Tranquils. Obviously, getting, a little bit of extra early experience is going to help him out quite a bit. And means that support's got to walk to lane, so he's going to have just a little bit of time where he can just leech quite safely. And even honestly pressure Pepita. Bloodseeker doesn't really have an answer to Phoenix.
Oh, and they're running Nadara and Dolce in the off lane. So, they're going to be giving Clockwork mana. And if this is a solo Slark, which I don't really think it is, I think the Phoenix is going to be left solo, Dolce can actually do some serious work here.
Well, Clockwork versus any solo melee.
Yeah. But with the extra mana as well, like...
they're going in.
Oh. Fissure coming out. Dolce on the wrong side of the fissure. For his sake, anyway. He does have cogs, though. And he is going to be okay. His salvo will get canceled, but he does have a TP to get out with. He'll make it home. Or, wait, what just happened?
I don't know why I went mid.
I'm going to guess it was a panic misclick.
Yeah. But I mean, why wouldn't you just double tap? I don't know. I'm not going to quite.
I don't know. DDX, meanwhile, getting jumped on here, is going to have a few raises, but they are only level 2, and Crop able to harass him out. Does have that dagger on him, but will have one more bottle charge that should get him most of the way to living. They do have Earthshaker coming around looking for him. The game not starting off Isurus' way, though.
They saw this ward right here caught Earthshaker rotating, so they know that he's got to be coming towards the mid lane.
Yeah. Very gank-oriented game here for UG, but most of it not panning out too well, except for that very first blood before the horn.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Alright, looks like Phoenix will take that Invis rune away from fullback. Just gonna burn it immediately. He doesn't want that invisible Rubik. Oh, is he gonna get clipped?
Oh.
No! That was... Ooh. Nice Fisher is gonna slow fullback down. He's got the dots on him. This should be a death, especially because there's 2 more spirits.
Yeah, he's got 1 tango, but I'm not sure it'll do too much.
It's only level 1 spirits. He might not die.
Yeah, but he's at least very low on health here, and trying to harass back a bit, but Valkyria is not going to fall for that. Meanwhile, mid, though, Jericho coming around. Going to land the fissure, and DDX is, well, literally between a rock and a hard place. But, okay, with every one of these fissures, I'm thinking he's blocked in, and there's just a bare pixel of space he can walk through.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get that. Oh, Cyrill's going to go way in right here. Eat 1 raise, and then...
He got another dagger off, though. He'll be fine with the bottle if he times it right. Which he is so far, so...
That's pretty easy. Because it's a 3-second tick and bottle's a 3-second duration. So you just... It's pretty simple.
You get 98% of your bottle charge off, so
yeah,
it's fine. For efficiency, not the greatest thing, but you'll deal with it. And actually, Coddle able to sap some XP from this hard camp here. I do kind of like Coddle in the aggressive lane, first of all, because he's going to help you push the tower. Second of all, because he can really do some work to interrupt pulls if he's able to stand there and channel the Light Blast. But they are going to try to combat this. They will glimpse him back. Dolce, he's got to do something, and he's only level 2. He'll get a nice cogs off on 2. Will it be enough? Nadara charging up the Light Blast. They turn around and ignored him for a second. His Spinjazz is going to get spotted out with the Bloodseeker aura and out of mana, but not much else they can do. And this can be the downside. If your offlane doesn't go too well as a dual offlane, all you're doing is really sapping XP at that point.
Yeah, the clock's only level 3. He's the same level as the Disruptor at this point, which is a little worrisome.
Yeah.
Especially because you really are relying on Clock to start making plays of around 8 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, if Clock misses his timing, he just feels behind, and it just seems to fall apart. For instance, I mean, you look at Zai's Clock from, I want to say, Saturday night's Secret game. He was just able to get a little bit out of the lane and snowball from there. Find kills, set up plays for the team, and really make something happen. If you're behind in levels, you generally aren't going to be able to do that.
No, I mean, you can play... Generally, when you're behind in levels, the way I feel you need to play it is a little bit more of like a counter-initiation sort of clockwork. Just try to get in and disrupt the fight, but you're not able to get those initial jumps. You're not able to dive in really aggressively and set up for kills. Damage on the Dulcimania.
They do get a decent Light Blast, and, well, nice cogs as well. Can they land a fissure? He's on the good side of it, at least. But he's stuck there with a leash, and will end up going down to Zara, trying to do some damage. Will narrowly miss Spinaz there. And Jerry, on the run, does have a glimpse. He'll glimpse Pepita back home. Oh, poor guy.
When Jerry not quite going down. Nice regen from the Tangos, even with the, I mean, the thirst is there, they can see him, but I don't think anyone's going to be diving that deep for him.
Bloodseeker has 666 move speed, or had, anyway. So, if he was not quick on that glimpse, he would have probably gone down there. But I still like Pepita's build, going for that max thirst very early on. It seems like you'd want to max the nuke, but you got to keep in mind, early game is when heroes are going to want to stay in lane and be greedy and stay at their low HP. That means you're probably going to get a little more move speed out of it, probably going to get a little more damage out of it early on, and it could lead to some early kills. Whereas the Silence, you've got to have a setup, and they really don't have that right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're especially when they're spread out like this. In team fights, it's going to be really nice to obviously have the Clockwork Cogs, have the Rubik Lift, etc. Another nice thing that's actually going to synergize pretty well is that Mana Leak. Obviously, so for Rupture, people don't want to move. Mana Leak, people also don't want to move. So if you get Rupture and Mana Leak on someone, they're just sitting still, and then you're like, oh, I guess I literally have no options here. Because you can get the free stun as well. Or alternatively, I mean, Rupture on one target, Mana Leak on another, nobody wants to move, get the blood right off.
Yeah. It's kind of like Pugna and Lion, you know? You get drained from one or the other, but of course you're not getting it, they just can't move.
Yeah.
Either way, you're losing here. He wanted to do it, but not going to fall for it. Because, of course, as someone who's played Bloodseeker fairly recently, not too much, though, if you rupture someone and their team is there, they will just stand there and you'll be like, I'm gonna silence you, and they'll be like, and? You're gonna silence me? Okay. Go ahead. Anything else? Alright, it's over now, I'll walk away. And
fullback wanted to make something happen with that Invis rune in the mid, but Citadel was just positioned way too far back.
Yeah. Now we're gonna throw the dagger out on Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend doing okay, but not nearly where you want him right here. Do they have any big stacks up? Looks like they have a triple on the hard camp. And actually, smoke gank incoming. They do throw down a ward as well. But Isurus can tell something's up here. Being very cautious. Are they going to do it? Oh, smoke runs out. Run out, excuse me. And nice, actually, positioning from the Disruptor. Fullback going to go down there. DDX going to go down to the Queen of Pain Sonic Wave. That's a 5-0 streak for Union Gaming. Taking down all 5, and actually Slark does go down on the top lane, ending their ownage, but still getting a lot for it. Hopefully Isurus can make something happen with a tower here. They are drawing out a rotation from the Disruptor right now. And there's going to be a TP bot from the Rubik to just grab some XP as well.
That was a really, really nicely positioned Sonic Wave, actually. DDX was on the absolute edge of that, kind of hanging out in the trees below the tower.
Ever since they changed that 2 patches ago, it's ridiculous, the way that it can work.
It's a pretty fabulous ability.
Oh, yeah. But the 450 radius at max range, like, I remember when it used to be the old way, and I still thought she was a very strong hero. Now it's even better. And meanwhile, we are going to see Bloodseeker scampering around here. He does have treads, not opting for the phase boots, and he is opting for that early blade mail. He's going to Blood Rage up and move in here. We're going to silence off Seadra on the edge of it, though. Can he get in a good position for that rupture? He doesn't have anybody to follow up with him, so it doesn't look like he's going to go for it right now.
I mean, wasted time from Isurus right now.
Yeah.
Pepita, obviously, he's farming quite well, 58 and 16, so I guess he doesn't need to worry quite as much. And it'll be worth it if he starts racking up a few kills off this, but they're already kind of falling behind a little bit on most of their heroes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you do have to keep in mind, Bloodseeker, the way that he farms very quickly and very easily because he never has to worry about regen with the Blood Rage. He doesn't even have to worry about his damage when he gets so much extra with the Blood Rage in the early game. So, he is a hero who can very well get a good chunk of farm in lane. Even I can last hit with him, and that's saying something.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly quite helpful, or quite good.
However, you do have to make something happen with those last hits. You can't just say, I've got farm, let's go to 90 minutes, I'm Bloodseeker. One of those things does not work. And actually, Valkyria, he wants to bait out the Icarus dive so that he can rupture him as soon as he casts it. I'm thinking, at least.
Possibly. I mean, I don't know. I think Isurus would be happy with just freeing up a little space for the Shadow Fiend to farm up so he can get some work done.
Because DDX he's their playmaker, for sure.
Oh, nice Fisher in top lane on Nadara. Clockwork misses the hook, but it looks like there's no follow-up. Ben just doesn't want to go in. They did TP 2 heroes up here, including Pepita.
Yeah, and they saw the movement in from Seadral and just started charging up a Light Blast to keep him out, but actually, there's your Phoenix. There's going to be a silence thrown down from Bloodseeker. Pepita with the Magic Stick charges. Can he stay alive? There's some damage over time. It's probably going to take him down. The Deny comes out from Dolcemania. And Kato getting jumped on now by Benjaz. Nice cogs to push him back. Seadral, though, is there with the Scream of Pain. Dolce looking for it. Does have a magic wand. Stick, excuse me. And he's going to get some of the battery assault off on Seadral, but doesn't have the cogs to work with. Needs a rocket flare, but it's not going to be enough damage to take Seadral down right now. They do lose 2, one of those being a Deny at least, but still, UG looking very good in game number 2 here.
Yeah, absolutely. They're taking very good control of the early game, and with the Queen of Pain, that's probably going to extend a little bit, like for the next 5 or 6 minutes. If she gets ahead, it becomes very, very hard to shut her down, especially because they are kind of lacking on control without people being able to set up for that Bloodseeker. Obviously, if you can get the lift into it. But even then, let's see, the channel time on the Blood Right is 3 seconds, so the lift isn't even long enough. You need to catch her when her blink is on cooldown, and that's not always easy when she's getting ahead of you in levels.
Yeah, especially if she blinks onto you and then you throw down the Blood Right. We've seen Pepita do it at least twice now, where he throws it down and then he realizes she's right on the edge of it. So she just steps to the side and she's good. Which is
Yeah,
definitely not what you want to have happen.
Even when he got blinked on in the top river right there, obviously he threw down the blood right, and she just said, okay, I'll just burn everything on you right now to make sure you die.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
If I get silenced afterwards, well, I wouldn't have anything to use anyway, because it's all on cooldown. Joke's on you. It's kind of like that next level strat of, I'm not going to level my skills, because Rubik's going to steal them, and then he'll get something useless. It's the counter, guys. Just like the way to counter silence, you just blow all your spells. Then who cares if you're silenced? Meanwhile, though...
Quap going for a Yule. I guess...
It must be to stop TPs?
Either to stop
guess.
TPs, but also she can dodge the blood right with it.
That's true as well, yeah. And she can buy herself time under the
Yeah, she can burst
rupture.
the silence off herself with the blood right, too.
Yeah.
So, I think that's actually a really good option. I didn't really think about it until I saw the recipe, and I was like,
oh,
you know
but
what?
Jericho...
I like it.
Get it, it's jumped on by Dolce. This should be a free kill. Yep. I mean, Clockwork vs. Earthshaker, you know how that goes. It's like the good old Clockwork vs. Shakiro matchup. You're sitting there looking like you're about to sneeze, and nothing else really happens.
Hey man, shaking the earth is not easy business. He's gonna take his sweet time, alright? It's important.
It is indeed.
Jerry thinking there's a war up there.
His whole team is pinging for him, too. It's like... Go look, guys, there's not one here, I just checked.
it was actually the enemy team pinging.
Oh.
Because they caught him with the ward they have right over there.
Like, look at this guy. He thinks he's... And actually, yep, not by a pixel, but close enough to be unfortunate, at least. And Jerry gonna throw down a very aggressive ward as well.
I mean, well, when you're this far ahead and you have a Queen of Pain...
You need to get those kills, yeah.
You have a Queen of Pain, you want to get those going. The Shadow Fiend has recovered marvelously well on his farm, I might add. He's sitting at 80 and 2 for his CS. They did some stacking for him. He was obviously able to get a little bit out of the lane when the Queen of Pain wasn't there. I mean, it's kind of just the reality of Shadow Fiend. He was
sitting at 21 souls, yeah. At 7 minutes, he was at 21, so it's not where you want to be. Benjaz gonna go ahead and get ruptured up here. He is gonna get silenced, and he's gonna try to purge it. Nice Sonic Wave coming out, and Benjaz is actually gonna live here. But can the Bloodseeker get away? Papita, he's going to TP out just in time, too. And an Icarus dive used, but not enough. He does get the Blade Mail, though. That's going to be very useful against Queen of Pain. Would have liked to see it a bit sooner, but... Yeah, at least he has it, you know?
I mean, it's not bad. He has really been farming quite well. He just hasn't gotten the kills he wanted, obviously. So he was slowed down a little bit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Quap is actually done with her Yules. She just needs to bring it out.
I would actually, if I were Pepita right here, I would have given Shadow Fiend the Blood Rage just to get more damage off on the tower. He might do it. No. Never mind. Oh, there we go.
Pepita's going to get more out of the Blood Rage damage, isn't he? Or is it 25% triggered, not 25% base?
It's 25% of all damage, because it works with magic and everything, yeah.
Oh,
you don't see it on the number-wise, but that's why, like I was saying, the Dagon build. Like, if Dagon's 400, you actually get an extra 100 on top of that. Like, so it actually works. The problem is you don't have mana, but either way. Valkyria gonna find a few creeps over here. Actually, Benjaz's gonna need those. And he's going for Shadowblade, almost done with it, but I would say he's a bit behind.
Shadow Fiend mech is done.
Yep, and they're gonna recall him up top.
Yeah, it looks like they're just grouping up and trying to get as much done as possible.
We have a mech, let's push. Welcome to 6.84/TI4. Just kidding. Yeah, TI4 was very different, as we've already mentioned tonight, but Rocket coming to bot lane just to get some counter push, I guess? Oh, one creep.
It's counter push, you know, it's a little bit of lingering vision, so you can kind of see who might be grouped up back there trying to stay out of vision.
And they just spotted out the Shadowblade. He does get ruptured, but he's already invis. Oh no, and he misses the silence!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I mean, Benja...
That rupture's about to wear off. Benja's just gonna go in.
Blade Mail up, though. And Benja has actually taken a little too much damage. Queen of Pain will come in. And actually, with the Phoenix Ult up, the fullback's just like, I'm out of here. Does glimpse somebody back, but he'll get glimpsed himself. And end up going down to Valkyria. And Seedrow realizes he's in a decent position. He's going to jump on Dolce, yules him up in the air, set up for the ulti. The ulti? Nope, just set himself up for a hook shot. As he actually will be in a bit of trouble now. Nadara coming in. Can he get enough damage off in time? That's that ping of disappointment right there. Dude, why'd you even come? Oh my goodness.
Awesome. So we did see a little bit of pressure being applied by Isurus in the top lane, but the attempts to counter push UG down here did not go well for them.
Yeah. And
although the
tower
net
is
worth
gonna go down.
difference, we'll have to see how it settles out after that fight, but it's not really that bad.
Yeah, only about 1,500 for either side in net worth XP. Actually, it's both GG. Sorry, I read that completely wrong. As you can see, the graph has been a little chaotic here, so give me a break. Been a bit back and forth. Although it's no, like, 6.81 or 6.82A graph, because those were insane. Get one kill.
I want to fight, now I have a Force Staff.
No, I want to fight, now I have a Radiance. I remember distinctly I was playing Spectre, I want to fight, got a Radiance. It'll be fine.
Good blood right to try and just keep people off of him during that. Oh, Rubik has Fisher.
Oh, nice!
Jericho. Oh,
Don't
right there, that's what I was talking about.
He got the whole combo off, though.
Yeah.
And he's going to be okay. And DDX zoning them out with an ult. The Sonic Wave, though, hits on everyone. Cedarow's going to go down, and they'll escape on almost no HP. Pepita's going down. He's going to fall. But I think that's still a really good trade, considering you got Quap to block pop an ulti. Nice steal by the Rubik there. Just anything you can do, I can do better. But he's going to be meeting back up with Ben Has here. We'll throw a Fade Bolt, but Slark going to give his life away to keep her the light here.
Very, very greedy. Kind of jump back in there
Yeah.
by Slark, especially with the Dark Pact going
Jerry!
on. Jerry! Shadow didn't have regen.
Yeah, Shadowfiend just took 25% of the Disruptor's health with one right click. And Jerry was like, I'll fight you. Oh dear, let's back up a little bit. And I will say, playing against the Shadowfiend as any kind of squishy hero is just like, I can nuke him. No, he can right click you so much harder. It's not even funny.
Yeah, I mean, Shadowfiend, I mean, yes, he's vulnerable to early nuke, but he's more vulnerable to early disable than anything else. Especially since mech is now the early build as opposed to like a rush BKB or something.
Oh, you're gonna nuke me? Well, I have ult. Go figure. Yeah. I know he will be getting, I'm assuming BKB, although we've seen lots of players go for Sanj and Yasha.
I don't think so on Shadowfiend. I think he'll get the BKB.
Well, I say
Especially
we've seen
against
lots
the
of
Queen of
players.
Pain and a
I've seen
Disruptor.
lots of pub players do it. So that, let me correct myself. And actually, Rupture on Slark, again, the Shadow Blade paying off immensely. And Jerry taking the blunt of the blade mail damage. There's going to be a silence. A nice hook shot in. Dolce will actually knock Benjaz back. Can they kill the Phoenix in time? And they will. Yep. Well, they were trapped in the oven there for a second, which is the nice name for the Disruptor combo and the Phoenix Egg. But they will end up being okay. The other big strength of Shadowfiend being shown off here in the combination with the Coddle, his ability to just instantly clear waves, it seems. Yes, meanwhile, Queen of Pain is going to be taken down. Actually, she will get the silence off of her with that Yules, as you mentioned, Hippie, and be able to blink away.
Yeah, I mean, that's just... Because they actually had a really good combo going on right there.
Yeah.
You had the Rubik had the Earthshaker Fissures. They were able to do that and then just get the lift off it right there. That's about 4 seconds worth of stun.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter. And actually, the lift is only level 1, so it's only 1.5. But still, it's long enough that they could have gotten it.
I do like his pickup of the Null Field over more points in... Well, I'm saying that. I would rather see more points in Lift rather than more points in Fade Bolt. But I think against the Queen of Pain, against the Disruptor, an Earthshaker, all these heroes, the extra Null Field points are really giving you some value.
Yeah, I actually think the Null Field is fantastic here.
I'd rather see
I think
Lift.
you actually need the Fade Bolt.
Okay.
Because I think you need the damage output.
And the reduction
Coddle has
works.
good damage output, but only if he can hit it. Bloodseeker, his damage output is good if he can get on top of them, etc., etc. But just if you're roaming supports, because Rubik was really your only roaming support this game, you need that damage to try and make something happen.
Is he going Heart right away?
I mean, maybe.
Nope. It's Octarine. No.
You don't think he wants a Rod of Atos?
I mean, he could be going Bloodstone, Bloodseeker. I mean, if he's been looking for blood this whole time and he finally finds out that it comes in a stone...
Yeah, I mean, I'd
buy
be
it.
angry that I spent all this time trying to murder people when I could just feel like it's literally, I can get blood from this stone.
Guys, I can just kill myself with it and then use my own blood. Game is over. We won. No, I really think it is Heart. But
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
it's gotta be Heart.
Dire's structures
I would rather have a Sanjinasha on him, honestly.
Yeah.
With the extra bit of tankiness, but also the just a bit of extra damage, bit of extra swing speed. Make sure he's making the most out of that extra Blood Rage damage.
tower has fallen.
Yeah, and
Because he
especially
needs
with
to
the
really
damage
be
over
kinda in
time.
their faces and have a lot of presence, so that the Shadow Fiend can sit back and right click.
Yeah, and against these
That would
Phoenix
help.
Spirits, against the Quap Dagger, against the Thunderstrike from Disruptor, you can't just sit back in a fight easily and get your heart regen off. It will give you a lot of base HP, though, which I think is useful. And it will make him hard to kill.
Oh, decidedly.
But is it going to make him hard enough to kill that Quap won't burst him down with the ult? Because she's 800 from an Axe right now.
Dire's middle tower.
And Slark has a
Silver Edge.
Silver Edge already, 22 minutes in. I kind of said, okay, well, he's got a 15-minute Shadow Blade. That's okay. But this is a really good timing. I mean, hitting
Yeah.
it this early is just huge.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what are we really looking to break? Honestly, I could see turning off the Null Field as being incredibly useful for this team. Obviously, the Bloodseeker passive will be really nice for him to turn off, because if he can just tag it, then he can get away with Shadow Dance, and no one can do anything about it. That's probably the big reason.
Yeah.
You know, just turn off that entire reason you picked the Bloodseeker against me.
Oh! Yeah, of course.
He's going to turn off theirs.
I mean, I know it disables passives, but sometimes I forget what the passives do. I'm like, okay, so he disables passives. That means evasion and crit, pretty much, for me. Nothing else that's really important, like, you know, Thirst or Bristleback. But they are going to have a relocate in of Papita here, who is going to go ahead and rupture the Slark. He will go invis and start to TP... Wait, okay. Don't buy TP
Wait,
scroll.
so
I
wait,
don't
they
really
dropped
have any
the
crowd
sentry.
control.
Where was the lift? Did he lift the wrong unit? Because it's on cooldown.
I'm pretty sure Slark ulted. Yeah, he did ult.
The lift was on cooldown, though. So what did he lift?
I don't know. Maybe as
Yeah, well-
Slark ulted, he grabbed a creep. I mean,
It's quite possible, yeah.
that's one of the worst things about Bloodseeker, or about Slark in general, is like, okay, he's right here, I'm gonna click on him, wait, he ulted, and now I've misclicked completely.
As long as it's not Laguna Blade.
Yeah. Oh, but Union Gaming coming in spades into the Radiant Jungle. They're gonna grab Dolce with the Glimpse. A nice steal from Rubik. He'll get his Scepter enchanted there, but there's not much else he can do, as he will try to glimmer away. That was not even a glimmer. I lied. How was he invisible?
Somebody has a glimmer.
I guess he stole Slark Gold?
Clockwork.
No, Clockwork has a glimmer.
Clockwork
Okay.
has a glimmer.
I was about to say. Again, selfish pubs have done me wrong.
It's alright.
I forget
Yeah, you'll
you
get a
can
good
use
pub.
items on
One
other
day.
people's. One day I'll get like above 3.2k, you know?
It's cool. You go back, like, you know,
Yeah.
30, 40 versions. You could use other people. Ha!
Yeah.
Talk about that being overpowered.
But that would just be trolly in pubs.
It was-
I can
it
tell you,
was-
in the trench it would be terrifying.
Yules was the most overpowered item in the game for a while because of that.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
I'm being Omni/, quick support, buy a 2k item and save me. Okay. Wow, that's actually like a 2k defensive E-plate. Wow. That was so stupid.
There's a reason that got nerfed, trust me.
Wow. I was just always thinking it was because, okay, we don't want you griefing other players, which makes sense, but I mean, it's actually
always
useful as
disabled
well.
that.
Yeah. Now, Disruptor... Oh, he's got Shadow Fiend. And Shadow Fiend is leaving.
I mean, you made him burn a BKB charge. Looks like Bloodseeker's taking a lot of damage.
That was 10
down in the
seconds
jungle.
BKB.
He is going to go down.
That was the 10-second BKB, yeah.
Ooh, that's unfortunate for him.
I mean,
you never
he...
want to be forced to burn that, but at the same time, it's better than just giving up a Shadow Fiend death.
Especially since you'll have to go get their souls back. I mean, it isn't that big of a time commitment, but it still is a time commitment for sure. As someone who's played way too many games of Shadow Fiend.
The biggest thing with that, it comes down to, it means you can't immediately enter the fight, so they get basically another 15 seconds.
Oh, the glimpse back right into Slark! Coddle is invis, but they don't care. They've got a sentry. And Rubik steals the glimpse. Doesn't get to use it yet. Union Gaming seemed to be much more focused and ready in game number 2 than in game number 1.
is under attack.
Well, yeah, they got a very, very nice early advantage, I feel like, and they've been very good about pressuring it.
However, that's not to say Union has definitely won the game. It is definitely going to be hard, though, for the Bloodseeker. He has bought out the recipe. Only about 600 from the Reaver, if I'm doing the new math right.
I mean, are you? That's a good question.
Yep, I am.
Yeah, the new Reaver is 3K. So about, 5,500.
I keep getting that, and
5,500.
Eagle Star picks up, not 5,500. New Reaver now costs 7K.
That would be, pretty powerful.
It better give you some more strength for that price.
Blink on the Earthshaker. It's been a really slow blink for him, honestly, considering how far ahead his team is. But that's just going to really help Union put a lot more pressure on Isurus. Especially because they'll probably have the one fight for free where they don't realize the blink is there.
And the fact that they've already been taking good fights, now you have what most would say is an essential item on the Earthshaker. That's a big step forward for them. They're probably going to wipe this next fight, if they can get a good ult off. Bloodseeker will be farming with the Blood Right.
Going in top lane.
Uh-oh.
Silver edged up. He's just going to go on Nadara. And looks like Citadel's right there. Instant blow up.
Did he X?
Shadow Fiend, they got the ward. They're going to... Oh, he's going to cancel the Requiem right there.
Oh, but Dolce!
Nice counter initiation from Dolce. The mech comes out from the Shadow Fiend. Not enough damage. Bench is going to have to Shadow Dance TP out.
Oh, he
We're gonna
can't.
have a retreat. He gets picked off.
I believe the battery assault must have hit him, and then he couldn't TP out. So they actually were able to turn around and get him. Yep.
Nice. I mean, that's totally worth losing the Keeper of the Light for. Absolutely.
Yeah. You lose the support, you pick off literally the one thing that's the most annoying hero on the face of the earth.
Easily.
Yeah. Bloodseeker gonna nuke down the creep wave very quickly. That's the other thing. Pure damage, 240, amplified by 40%. You pretty much kill off a creep wave with that. It's a big deal. Speaking of big nukes to kill off creep waves, though, Sidral abusing the scepter a bit.
It's useful. I mean, it's especially useful for taking creep stacks, I feel.
It's not as great as it once was, though, because when it was magical damage, it actually would wipe the creep wave up to, like, 90 minutes, almost.
Yes.
And now it's just like, oh, it's pure damage. It almost gets it. Almost. But, Seal from Rubik, oh, that is not worth it, fullback.
Yeah, he was not ready for the Queen of Pain, and they're gonna get the Sentry Ward he laid down, too. He was looking for something.
I think he was going to deward that sentry, but then he realized they're right there. I have to try something. Maybe I get a fissure. Maybe I live.
Uh-oh. 30 seconds ago.
Papita?
And then held on the D-ward, I think, to not give away that he had a
Papita, right, you got to rupture someone. I think you have to right now so they can't chase you. Okay, Sidral going to back up. Does have an 8 blink available, so should get back. Dolce going to be glimmered up. Papita on the wrong side of the fissure. We'll get around it. Jerry not going to glimpse him back just yet. Well played from both sides, but nobody really going to go down yet.
Very defensive ability. Just
oh, wait.
Going to go in on Papita. Blade Mail's up. Oh, the Earthshaker. Nice slam coming in.
Oh.
The Blitzhacker reveal. The Requiem. The Requiem blows up both Jericho and Benhaz. This is exactly what Isurus needed. Triple kill for the Shadow Fiend.
Oh my
goodness. That could turn the tide, man. That's going to be a huge amount of gold going their way.
Yeah, locking Shadow Fiend in that cogs.
Oh, the glimpse.
Oh my.
They're not going to get him. He's still
he's still got mana, but that's at least annoying, to say the least. They were trying to do that the previous fight with the Shadow Fiend in the cogs, but he used the mech to stay alive and then found that he didn't have mana for the ult. Which, thank you, Deathball Meta, for giving us this increased mana cost on mech. But that time, that was one of the most beautiful Requiems I think I've seen in a while. Just trapping those two heroes in there and saying, you have nowhere to go.
The extra damage coming out on the Shadow Fiend this time.
Yeah. And he really hits like a truck now. With the Manta as well.
Easy tower. So there's what, 3 kills in a tower? Did they they trade one for it? Did they even lose anyone?
They're back at Isurus at 0.
Back at
Sorry.
7, yeah.
Yeah. XP still going a little bit in the favor of UG, but I think it's still a really big win for Isurus Gaming there. Because now DDX actually feels like he's useful, for one thing. You've had a big team fight.
He's got a TD rune bottled.
Oh, but a smoke coming in. Uh-oh, this could be bad. Fullback gonna get glimpsed. He's dead. They have to just give him up. And yeah, they're gonna do that. They're all gonna back off right now. Back to the base, just say, okay, our support got picked off. We still won a very convincing team fight. Now, they're still down 10 kills. But keep in mind, they are ahead by about 1,000 net worth. I do want to point out, though, we still haven't broken 3K net worth.
Yeah, that's it's been, just like last game, it's been very, very close. We're still kind of waiting for one of these teams to blow it open. The Queen of Pain, I mean, she was getting a lot done in the early game. She's still 9-1, but these last couple fights, I don't think we've really felt the impact of her. She kind of got forced out pretty hard by the fact that she was out of mana after chasing Pepita around for so long and like blinking after him, burning a lot of spells. That was probably a key factor, is that the Queen of Pain was kind of just sitting in the woods.
Yeah. Jerry will be dewarding right now, as they're trying to regain some map control. So they do have some good wards on the bot lane, so they'll spot him if they try to go for a Roche without smoke. I don't think Isurus is going to do... Actually, they're not going to do that because they have a gem on Coddle. So never mind.
Oh, and they immediately smoke up after they get that counter ward. Are they just going to smoke in a Roche? Yeah.
This is a Roche. Easy. I mean...
This is really... I mean...
UG don't have the TPs to respond.
It out,
really.
If UG sniffs it out, though, they know that just got counter... Okay, Vision just got dropped. I was just really worried because there wasn't a ward placed for Isurus, but they just dropped one to see if they were incoming.
Yeah, and you see the... I think it's Disruptor that's pinging out Valkyria here, like, dude, you just gonna sit over there in the jungle? You're not gonna help us? Come on, get over here. We need you.
I'm not sure I love the choice to put that on Pepita. I mean, sure, he's really, really hard to kill, but I don't think he's nearly as dangerous as DDX is.
Yeah. And to be honest, he's so hard to kill that he shouldn't be dying in the fight. However, DDX does only have the one death from the very early stages of the game, so I don't think they're as worried about him dying either. He still has an 8-second BKB to work with. He's fairly tanky.
That's true. That's very true. Neither team really wants to engage right now. Both playing very, very carefully.
I mean, on Isurus' side, they definitely have a lot of late game potential in the Shadow Fiend and the Bloodseeker. People will say, okay, Bloodseeker falls off late game. If you don't go silly and throw the game, then he's actually still very strong. Because keep in mind, he's still got 40% extra damage. So you get a Rapier, he's actually getting 420 damage from that. Wow. Or no, he's not anymore. Oh, that would have been so meme. You know? But never mind.
Yeah. The Slark, honestly, is a lot more poor than I kind of thought he would be at this point.
Yeah, he got the Silver Edge 12 minutes ago, and now he's got an Ultimate Orb.
Yeah, I mean, he's got another 2,000 gold on top of that, probably going for the Scotty.
Yeah.
But I would have expected him to have it at this point, because UG were getting such good fights. But he's 3-4. He's not really the one getting a lot of the gold coming out from this.
Yeah, we've seen Vinjaz mostly play... Oh, this could be big. If they pick off the Slark... He's got the double damage. He'll get hook shot up, already ruptured out, and pushed back by the Cogs. That's a beautiful combo there. Excuse me, working with Rupture. Okay, I was worried that one was going to continue, and I was going to...
Don't die.
Cough cast, yeah. Rip caster.
I just started casting with you. You can't rip now.
Yeah. I had one of those with Reinessa where I was like, Reinessa, just... cast, go!
Just do it! Just do it!
Revo needs Aegis.
Blood stuck in your throat.
Yeah.
Too much Pepita.
Too much Pepita. Fun fact of the day, by the way. A weekly reminder that Pepita actually means little potato in Spanish.
That is very true.
I don't know why that's his name. I just know that that's what it means.
Maybe he just wants to be a little potato.
Yeah.
Can you judge the man?
I cannot judge the man. And these guys on Isurus, I do have to give a shout out to them because they are such friendly guys. And Adara is actually quite the Hearthstone player as well.
Oh, maybe I should ask him for some pointers. I just started playing again.
He's consistently like rank 5 and up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Like, when I get that spectate a friend that wins a game quest, I just wait for him to log on. It usually takes a game or two, but yeah. 22-21, a palindromic score at the 36-minute mark here. Oh, I could have gotten a
just,
screenshot there of 12:36. No, I couldn't. Never mind. I thought it was going to be perfect.
63.
Yeah. Well, 53.
Sorry.
I could have gotten
Sorry.
it a minute ago,
Yes, you
maybe.
could have.
But, ah well. Missed opportunities. And,
There's a lot of really careful kind of 5-man farming coming out from UG.
yeah, when was our last
Weird
kill?
to me that they're... It's been a while. They don't want to engage because the Aegis.
About 2 minutes ago, yeah. Feels like it's,
I'm wondering if maybe Isurus wants to just pick up 1 or 2 more items before they actually push in, if they feel comfortable enough in the late game that they don't feel like they need to push with this Aegis. They can just use it as a farming window. The Scotty is done on Shadow Fiend, so he's going to be very, very hard to bring down.
Yeah, he just got a lot tankier. Next for him is probably Boots of Travels and whatever he wants. Butterfly, Satanic. I mean, he can pretty much go for anything at this point. He does damage. Okay, I'll throw a Silence out. Bloodseeker will at least get some creeps for his troubles. They don't break the smoke, though, but the smoke's going to pretty much be wasted as they're not going to be able to find anybody in time. Clockwork tried to find him with the hook shot, not going to get it.
Phoenix is just kind of hanging out on the bottom there. He does have a TP, so he can back off if he needs to.
Yeah, this Phoenix is trying to play like Rat Dota, hide in the trees, pop out and push, but I mean, not sure how well it's going to work.
Well, they're just trying to delay the high ground push as much as possible.
Okay, Aegis just got reclaimed. And it was on Pepita, that's right, so. And he actually went for a Maelstrom, something I actually kind of like on Bloodseeker. The attack speed helps him out, of course, but also just in fights, popping some creeps with the Chain Lightning, potentially, with your Blood Rage, you get that burst heal that could just win you the fight, you know?
Absolutely. And on top of that, I mean, obviously, it's the all damage amplifications. That Chain Lightning is even stronger.
Yeah. It's, like, what? If it's... I'm not going to do the math.
20.
That's hard.
168.
Okay.
168.
Wow. That's impressive, Hippie.
Well, what's 10% of 120?
Oh. I'm going to hush now.
Multiply that by 4.
That should have been a lot easier for me.
Math shortcuts.
Wow, basic math.
I do a lot of mental math.
Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up.
I have a rule that I always break that's don't do math while casting because you'll be bad. But because then I sit here going, and it's oh, I missed a team fight, you know. And chat throws me the little T-Taurus camera, so.
Mjolnir now on the Bloodseeker. So now.
Well, that was fast.
Now it's actually, let's see here, 210.
Yeah.
On the chain.
And for the static charge, it's
the static charge will be
280. Yep.
Yep.
That one really was easy. I'm just slow.
Remember, though, that it's all good. Remember, so you're getting the extra 60 damage on possibly every chain target, so that's potentially 480 damage.
Wow, that is
just getting straight off the Blood Rage.
A ton of damage right away. And it's just an item that I feel like it's one of those Bloodseeker staples that, especially after the change, that kind of meant that Radiance was meh on him.
Yes.
This is really the go-to, I want to heal in teamfights item.
When you have a really tanky hero now, Radiance is still a little bit better thanks to that mischance that they put onto it.
Yeah, with the new patch, I could see, if you're getting really fat, going Radiance first on him. Because, I mean, you can fight with it. It's not completely optimal, but you can fight with it.
Yeah. Nadara looks like he's starting that Aghanim Scepter. Not going to be the legendary 12-minute Owie Aghanims, but
yeah,
you know.
This is the Nadara Aghanims. It's like the oh, who is it that used to play for Not Today? The like Mezoku, like I will never have any form. The Malik Award Aghanims, in other words. We casted a game once with Mezoku where he was about to get the Malik Award, and at like 60 minutes in, he had brown boots and a magic stick, and that was it.
That's pretty great. Gem now out on the Slark for counter-warding purposes.
Yeah, and I like this pickup on Slark. It's definitely going to let him counter-ward. I'm a little surprised that he delayed the Scotty for it, though. Unless... Okay, he didn't buy it. He didn't pay for it. It's Jerry's. Okay. Good old Jerry.
Oh, we might actually finally have something going on. There is Dulcimania. Looks like he might want to go in.
Nice purge off.
He's going to jump up to the high ground, but he's just now just going to shout on his way. He's going to get the cogs. They trapped the Slark. They did get the Static Storm out, though, so Dulcimania in a lot of pain, immediately going to get blown up by the Queen of Pain. A little bit of a greedy engagement from that Clock.
Oh!
The steal from the Rubik.
Jim on deck.
So much damage off, but I'm not sure it's enough. DDX might be the only real damage source left. No, Pepita's finally in the fight, but he's stuck. He's stuck in the kinetic field. He can't get anything done, just sitting there. DDX trying so hard to chase down Jericho right now. He should be able to catch him with a move speed, but the blink out should do it. In the meantime, Bloodseeker picking off the Disruptor. Where did that gem end up?
I think it's still over here. The one is still over here. Slark has his, but that was
Yes.
I want to say it was Coddles. It was one of the Isurus players.
Coddle or
Yeah.
Clockwork, one of them had it.
Yeah.
I think actually Clockwork might have had it because he's now down an item slot. So
Yeah.
God, who even won that fight? I think Union won that fight.
I mean, I want to say so because they picked off 3 heroes, but at the same time,
Slark died.
Slark didn't
No,
die.
he still got the gem.
But neither,
Didn't die, and Isurus lost 2 heroes.
Yeah, but Isurus didn't lose their cores. Valkyria is dead. Yeah, he used the Phoenix ult back there, can't do it. I think he thought Shadow Fiend was alone, and for some reason he also thought he could take him. Newsflash, you can't.
Kind of feels like a weird
Oh my
decision.
goodness, and just as the Coddle and Rubik are respawning, they're going to actually go for a very risky smoke, but oh no, Clockwork gets spotted here, and they know something's up. In fact, it's daytime, so they probably spotted Shadow Fiend as well. Now they've seen pretty much everyone but fullback, and that's unfortunate.
And now, looks like we're just going to settle back a little bit more. This has been a very drawn-out game for this patch.
I think they were just scared.
0.84C. I'd be scared, too.
I mean, one bad fight, and the problem with having a Shadow Fiend is, if he's fat, and he has to buy back, that's most of his damage gone. I mean...
Shadow Fiend's got a Hex. He's got all the items for it. It's about to come out to him.
Wow, that's pretty big. Especially since Slark is just relying on, okay, I'm going to purge it off, and I'm going to fight. They don't have much more stuns. Now they've got a bit more.
Both him and Quaff now have BKBs, so I actually...
Yeah, and Slark's is still 9 seconds.
Yeah,
But...
Quaff's 9 as well.
Okay, hexing the Disruptor, or the Earthshaker, or the Phoenix for that matter, could be a pretty big deal. Just silencing them for that long could really make something happen. Because a lot of these team fights... Yeah. Oh dear, I'm lagging.
Either the Disruptor or
Okay,
the
we're
Earthshaker
good.
take their skills completely out of the fight.
Okay, chat, I'm sorry for the picnic 2 minutes ago. Had a lag hiccup thanks to Time Warner Cable.
I mean, yeah. Those guys.
Those guys. Yep, channel just went down. It'll be back up in half a second. I hope.
I guess we'll find out.
We will have to, and I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't, because the restarting stream is going to be a pain right now, but...
I don't think there's any vision
Anyways.
coming out for Union Gaming right here. So this should be a free Roshan for Isurus. And that's a really big deal. Scotty does come out on Slark, so he's finally finished that off. Oh, you know that smoke was to try and catch Roche. Yeah, they immediately back up as soon as Roche dies. That's so unfortunate. And Basher now on the Bloodseeker as well. He's getting pretty scary.
Yeah. In fact, he's getting very scary. Okay, Pepita, he has no fear. He's like, okay, Jerry, you want to fight? We'll fight. Quapbolt used on the other side, though. What's going on here? As Clockwork goes down, Nadara in a lot of trouble. There's the Echo Slam. They'll take down 2. DDX still on the back lines. Pepita's going to go down. His Aegis will be popped. Can they fight it? It looks like they want to try. There's a BKB not used yet, but Ben has. Gets hexed up. They are going to have DDX's ult ready if they can use it. He's trying to chase down Jericho. He'll turn around, get ready to pop it, and he will get it off. Actually hitting 4 with that, doing a ton of damage. Trapita turning around. He'll take the gem off of Phoenix, I think it was. And Slark is going down as well. DDX on very low HP. Jericho trying to find it. Can he get in range fast enough? Nope, the fissure, it's not enough. Shadow Fiend even going to turn around and taunt him a bit.
The amount of healing that went in on Pepita in that fight. He's back in full life. He was getting focused.
Jerry, this gem is not worth it, I promise you.
Jerry, no.
Jerry, Jerry.
Bloodseeker Rampage.
Smaller.
Only the Quap has a buyback.
Smaller smiley face now.
They might be able to get a Rax off this with Blood Rage damage. There's
They
no
can.
buybacks available.
Oh my goodness, this game is over.
I mean, it's I wouldn't quite go that far, but they're probably gonna get a Rax off of this. Actually, well, no, with everyone else respawning and coming in, they might get more than just a Rax. So Quap's gonna buy back, so DDX at the very least has to be careful.
Yeah, DDX actually has to.
Quap ulti.
Yep, that'll happen.
Speaking of,
Oh, but it's stolen.
buyback.
Okay, I'll admit, Rubik dying, not exactly worth it, but the dieback on Quap is huge. In fact, Shadowfiend buys back. He doesn't have travels.
Travel?
No.
Dire's middle tower.
Unless he wants to sell something big. Oh, wait, Coddle! Duh!
Recall him in. Just the Rubik being down, I think they can actually keep pushing this.
Slark's up in 7, but they have no Quap.
Dire's top
There is no chance of
Kicker.
Quap.
Not for 20 seconds.
Oh my goodness. Phoenix does have a Lincoln's. That's cute.
Oh, he missed the pounce!
I'm...
And that Pepita, is he just get, no, oh, the Shadow Dance is coming out.
Pepita, turn around and might it! Okay. A bit of a misplay, but actually DDX on the front lines takes down Jerry. He's gonna TP home. He's like, I've had enough. Did some damage to the range tracks at least. And there's still creeps pushing in mid. And there is still a living siege creep here. Which they'll be able to take down, but it's at least going to take down an extra one of these structures, which means that the creeps will get to those tier 4s a little bit quicker in the future. Yep, there we go. That structure is down, Zo.
So, Pepita dying there, obviously not ideal, but he's not going to be forced to spend a buyback on that.
Yeah, and I was surprised he waited so long on the Abyssal. It was almost as if he forgot he had it. Which, I don't remember him specifically picking it up, but he does have it now, of course.
Well, it was the Shadow Dance was preventing him from doing a lot for most of that.
Ah. Yes, that's right, that's right. I should know this. And Slark, now he's got 2 gems, so... Maybe you don't want to carry both of those around? Yeah.
He's just got double the detection, alright?
Yeah.
Look, didn't you see that post on Reddit? There's multiple layers of invisibility,
Oh
and
my
each
God.
form of detection only removes 1 layer. So if you Glimmer Cape and you Shadow Blade, they need 2 gems. But you know.
That's how you counter the techie sign! Guys, we just get 2 gems.
So OP, the hero's broken.
1 for each eye. This just in, by the way, if you want to see the full cast of this game, you'll have to watch Truesight TV 2 at the same time and have 2 monitors. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we were trying to come up with a slogan.
Thing, like,
Yeah.
sorry, you'll have to go to YouTube. I know the stream went down, but no.
We'll have it in 3D, you know?
God.
That would just be way too complex.
So, you know how this game
Anyways.
was really, really even in terms of net worth for a very long time? The
Oh.
experience is still pretty even, but look at the money. It's really going in favor of Isurus now.
The experience just looks nuts, but actually, Vinjaz will get hit with that, Rupture. He'll try to BKB through it, but that won't entirely work. Where is Quap?
Just got smacked really quick by... Let's see here. We have the Fisher slowing down DDX right there. He's trying to chase people down. Fullback is in. He's getting wrecked by the Slark really quick. He tried to get his hands on the Dark Pact, but that's obviously not going to do him much good. Pepita's in, though. Gets the bash on Valkyria. Going to take down that Phoenix. So far,
That's
just
no
a 1
buyback.
for 2.
Oh, but Jericho gonna go down. That's no Earthshaker, and that's no buybacks for UG.
Yeah, they might be able to take bottom tier 3 off of this. I'm not sure I would want to commit to anything more than that.
Slark has
He
it.
did have to- Slark has...
Buyback. I'm sorry. I'm getting tired here. Sorry, that's
okay.
my bad.
We've all been there.
Slark, he's got it. He's got it. Yeah.
Slark's got his basher. Looks like they are going to go for the racks here. Pepita, no fear. He's only
Slark?
got 3 seconds,
Whoa.
so his Abyssal Blade is up.
Slark just spent buyback for that,
Oh, the Abyssal Blade!
and
Oh
he
God,
may
if he
pay.
can't buy back after this, if he goes down to this, oh no!
Oh my
bash.
God.
Why, Benhus? Why? And GG is called.
Dire's
I feel like this was a while coming.
Dire's bottom barracks.
I did feel like UG had the upper hand through the early game, for sure. But Isurus definitely showing, hey, the rubber band, it's still there, and we can still pull off some big plays. Definitely upsetting tonight. I think many Arrera was lost this evening. And
Honestly, I'm not really sure I call it a rubber band even. They stayed
Yeah.
really tight for the entire game.
you
and
can
then
definitely
they
say
took the
that, yeah.
advantage.
That's probably much more accurate, yeah. My bad.
Well, this just, I mean, it's very hard to outfarm a Shadow Fiend in the first place. I mean,
Oh,
farming
yeah.
may be less good, but that hero is still going to get a ton of money just from creeps.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're farming less, unless someone is literally feeding on your team. You can outfarm the enemies of Shadow Fiend. I don't care who you are. That is going to be it for us tonight, though. I'm still kicking myself for not betting, because a few minutes before the match, I was like, I should bet on Isurus. They could upset this. They could do it, and I was like, nah, let's just not. And, wow, I missed out. But, Hippie, it has been a pleasure having you. Any shameless plugs for you before we call it a night here?
I mean, all I'm going to say, my usual too, you can follow me on Twitter at HippieCasting. If you have feedback about my casting, you can also Gmail me, hippiecasting@gmail.com. Tell me what you think. And hey, man, I really appreciate you inviting me on. I had a blast. I was getting that Dota casting itch after the summit.
Yeah, I felt like it worked great. I'd love to cast again when I am talking properly and haven't been Novocaine this morning. But, yeah, and of course you can find me at SBRevolution5. Don't forget to follow Truesight TV. Everywhere it's Truesight TV. It's Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. We keep it simple. So, that'll be it for us tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the cast. And, yeah, I think that is it. Have a good one, guys.